You know that person. They wake up calm, focused, smiling like life already made sense before 8 a.m. And then there's you, hitting snooze for the third time, already behind, already tired, already mentally overloaded before the day even starts. But here's the truth nobody tells you. It's not motivation, it's not discipline, and it's definitely not genetics. In fact, it's something much more dangerous. You are unconsciously destroying your entire day in the first 60 minutes after waking up. And the worst part, you don't even notice it. Let me show you something most people never realize. Your brain in the morning is not stable. It's programmable. That means everything you do in the first hour becomes your emotional baseline for the entire day. One mistake, stress all day. One habit, clarity all day. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll show you 10 morning habits backed by neuroscience that literally change your brain chemistry in real time. Dopamine, serotonin, cortisol, all of it. But listen carefully. Habit 7 is the real turning point. Most people skip it because it looks too simple. But this is the exact moment your identity shifts. And I promise you, if you understand that one habit, you don't just change your morning, you change who you are. Let's go. Let's start with something you're probably doing wrong tomorrow morning. Habit 1 is the 60-second reset. The moment you wake up, do not touch your phone. Not even just checking. Here's why this matters more than you think. Because the first input wins. If your first input is stress, your brain stays in stress mode all day. Instead, sit up and breathe for 60 seconds. Slow, controlled, silent. Now here's the hook most people miss. In that 60 seconds, your brain is switching from unconscious to conscious mode. And whatever you do here sets the emotional tone for everything after. But let's make this more powerful. Habit 2 hits immediately after. Light, natural sunlight. Within 5 minutes of waking up. Even 2 minutes outside is enough. Here's the twist. Your brain literally uses sunlight to calibrate time perception. No light brain stays sleep confused for hours. Now, habit 3. Sounds simple, but don't underestimate it. The first decision most people make every morning is delay. 5 more minutes. 1 more scroll. Tomorrow instead of today. Because here's the psychological trap. Most people wake up and negotiate with themselves. I'll do it later. But making your bed breaks negotiation behavior. You wake up and your brain gets hit by 30 notifications before sunlight. Every time you complete a small task, your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you want to continue. So now your morning has momentum, or collapse. Your choice. Now let's fix your nervous system. Because right now, most people wake up already stressed without knowing it. Habit 4 is 10 deep breaths. The body reacts before the mind catches up. Don't just breathe, slow it down on purpose. Because breathing is the only system in your body you can consciously control to hack your nervous system instantly. And this matters more than people think. In under 45 seconds, you can switch your body from survival mode to recovery mode. And this is usually where the morning crashes. Not because people are lazy, because their brain is already overloaded before breakfast. Most people get this wrong every single day. You wake up dehydrated, then immediately hit caffeine. That creates fake energy, followed by a crash. You know that heavy wired feeling after scrolling and coffee first thing in the morning? Most people call that being tired. But that's stress. Your brain interprets your first input as a survival signal, and that feeling stays in your system longer than you think. If you fix just this one habit, your entire energy curve changes. Now habit 5 is hydration first. Before coffee, before scrolling, before stimulation. Most people get this wrong every single day. You wake up dehydrated, then immediately hit caffeine. That creates fake energy, followed by a crash. You know that heavy wired feeling after scrolling and coffee first thing in the morning. Most people call that being tired, but that's stress. Your brain interprets your first input as a survival signal, and that feeling stays in your system longer than you think. If you fix just this one habit, your entire energy curve changes. Now habit 6 is movement, but not exercise. This is important. You are not training your body, you are waking it up. 60 seconds only. Stretch, move, shake, jump, because here's what happens. Movement triggers endorphins, your natural stress relief system. And the strange part is, you don't even notice this happening. Morning movement doesn't just change your body. When your morning starts with stress urgency and overstimulation, your brain assumes something is wrong. You become less reactive, more stable, more in control. Now we reach the most important habit, and I need you to focus here. Habit 7 is not about productivity, it's about identity. You write one sentence, that's it, not a to-do list, not goals. One identity statement. Example: I stay calm under pressure. I don't react emotionally. I focus on what matters. And after a while, your brain starts treating that identity as real. That changes the way you react to pressure, to stress, to distractions, not your goals, your identity. So, when you set this sentence in the morning, you are literally programming your behavior before the world touches you. But here's the hook most people miss. If you don't choose your identity, your environment will choose it for you. Stress decides it, people decide it, notifications decide it. And now the twist. This is why people feel like they lose control of their day. They never defined who they were supposed to be that day. So habit 7 is not a habit, it's a decision point. And once you do it consistently, you stop reacting, you start becoming. Now let's protect your mind, because everything we just built can be destroyed in 5 minutes. Habit 8 is no negative input for 1 hour. No news, no social media chaos, no toxic messages. And this is where the pattern begins. Your brain in the morning is in high absorption mode, meaning everything you consume becomes your emotional filter. Now, habit 9 is gratitude, but not fake positivity. 30 seconds only. One person, one moment, one thing, and that feeling stays with you longer than you think. Gratitude doesn't just change mood, it changes perception of reality. Same life, different interpretation. Now, habit 10 is your emotional anchor. One intentional moment of joy. Music, memory, smile, anything. Your brain remembers the first emotion you create in the morning, and it uses it as a reference point for the entire day. So if your first emotion is chaos, your whole day follows chaos. But if your first emotion is joy, your brain builds stability around it. Now, here's the truth. You don't need all 10 habits. Most people fail because they try everything at once and do nothing consistently. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, pick just 3 habits, only 3, but do them before your phone. No exceptions. Now, here's the important part. Don't expect your life to change instantly. That's not how this works. But something subtle will happen. Your mornings will feel less chaotic. Your mind will feel more stable. And for the first time, you will feel in control instead of reactive. And that feeling, that's the beginning of everything. Because the goal was never productivity, it was control. And once you control your morning, you start controlling your identity. And once you control your identity, everything changes. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's been stuck in the same morning loop. Sometimes what people need isn't a massive motivational speech. They just need someone to show them exactly where to begin. Tomorrow morning, before the notifications, before the noise, before the world tells you who to be, choose your state first. Because most people don't lose their day at night. They lose it in the first hour after waking up. Start tomorrow. Start small. Start now.